today.
One chocolate today.
You wear a national and state level, you have to run non-sales, wholesale.
Is like 9,000.
The only mistake I made, I didn't put a rate in the registration booth with the car.
Just this ever-evolving story.
Get ready for the horsepower as the Show Me Shootout returns to Warrensburg, Missouri.
There we are, we're back.
Watch 7 heart-pounding outlaw classes take the track, along with select classes from the Missouri State Tractor Pullers Association. July 19th. The Show Me Shootout.
Welcome everyone to a high horsepower night filled with guests from all over the country. We are kicking this show right off with Steve Shackelford, the promoter of the Show Me Shootout in Warrensburg, Missouri. We've got a couple of guys here that plan on competing with him this weekend, and we're just going to roll right into that. And then we're going to take this from 7:30 to 8. And then right when 8 rolls around, we're bringing on some of the biggest names in Poland to talk the headline of this weekend, Chapel Hill, and the Lions Super Pole of the South, one of the biggest poles outside of Bowling Green and all those, one of the most attended events in tractor pulling. So let's just get it started off. Steve, how's it going? Do we got Steve? Steve, can you hear us?
My son just pulled in with the truck and is sitting out there idling and it's causing me to have a difficulty hearing you. Sorry.
That's okay, Steve. If we can, we'll just move on for a couple minutes. We'll go round table. Corey Schluter, light super stock driver. You guys have 2 vehicles, the Barn Buddy and the Barn Burner tractors. You guys look to have had a great weekend this past weekend, pulling in both Rock Valley, Iowa, and another event the night before. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so it looks good on paper, but let me tell you, it took a lot of work. So Concord, Nebraska was Wednesday night. We ended up breaking an oil pump shaft, and we worked and had a lot of good people helping us out and a lot of people across the nation trying to find us parts and things, and we got back on track. Ended up finishing second Friday night in Rock Valley, and then got the win and the rock Saturday evening. But it didn't come easy by any means.
Yep. It's always
seems to be the thing for pullers.
Yeah,
for sure.
Isn't that our story every week, Corey?
You guys in the Sweet Pain team, you guys had a weekend out there. Tell us a little bit about it.
The Sweet Pain weekend? Well, you got to give kudos to all tractor pulling people that don't give up, because the Schluters work hard, the Shacklefords work hard, the Omers work hard, and that's all to put on a great show. So my story is not unique. I know that. Corey already said it, how much pain and effort they went through just to get back on the track, and then they turned it into the rock, which is kudos to those guys. Ours started a couple weeks ago, and we dropped some valve seats and screwed up the head really bad. In fact, not even going to weld it back together, sort of deal. And then those pieces get all over in the engine, and so we were scrambling to get all that back together. Actually missed the white right pole, which is very unheard of for us to do that. And we also had driveline problems going on. I got Ty's Body Shop shirt on here. He got a whole bunch of business right in that time period, and so he had to jump on that and work on that. So we didn't have cylinder heads on Friday morning, and we ran Friday night, and that stuff was all brand new. It's not like these guys on here with me. They know that none of that stuff just fits right on.
Yes, exactly.
So we got it back together, and then we had more problems Friday night and scrambled Saturday. And I apologize to those that wanted to talk to me Saturday afternoon. I had my 115-pound wife be the bodyguard, and like he's got to work on the tractor here. We're not sure we're going to make the show, so always exciting. Rock Valley was good. A lot of fun stuff going on behind the scenes that a lot of people don't see. So I'm really thankful for everything, Beer Money and Let's Grow Pulling and all these guys that are doing all this behind the scenes things, showing it to the fans, taking it to the fans.
Well, that's really great to hear that you can take a weekend that maybe didn't go as good as you'd like to take and flip the perspective on it and learn from what you struggled and build a better vehicle in the end. So you guys looking forward, big weekend, Show Me Shootout, Warrensburg, Missouri. Steve, tell us a little bit about this event, top to bottom. What do the fans need to know?
Well, first of all, I want to touch on what those guys just talked about. I think about all the years that Joe and I traveled together and pulled our tractors. We had limited pro stock tractors, and I think about being at Wisner and needing a fire ring and tearing the head off, and maybe our competitor next door to us had the part we needed and let us use it, and the hours spent trying to keep those things together and all of it was fun. We enjoyed it, but I can sympathize with what these guys are talking about because it's a lot of work. A fellow told me today, he said, the guy who works the hardest is going to be successful. It's not who spends the most money necessarily, or even maybe has the most horsepower. It's the guy that works the hardest. So hats off to these two groups right here. They sure are the epitome of that. As far as the
Appreciate it.
Shootout, I think, like we talked about, we've been doing it for probably right at 18 years, 17 or 18 years at some level or another. And in 2017, we decided to try to have an outlaw show with maybe even go with a 2-day event. So we approached a group of people around Warrensburg, business people, farmers. We've got a banker, we've got an insurance agent, we've got a couple electricians, an excavating guy, farmers. We got another lady that is a banker that's part of our group, and we took that group to Wisner. We took them to Wisner, I want to say in the summer of 17, and they stayed up there for the week or for the weekend to see and get a feel for what we were hoping to bring to Warrensburg. And so kudos to Wisner and Rock Valley for giving us the motivation for that. But so that group supported our idea wholeheartedly, and they still do today. There were 20 original members, most of which are still very active and do an enormous amount of work to help make this all happen. So anyway, as you know, we talked about earlier, we had just a string of kind of difficult luck. We had on year one, I think on Friday evening at 5 o'clock, it was 107 degrees. And then Saturday evening, it was 103. And I'm not sure the very next year we didn't get one of the hurricanes that barely dropped a drizzle, as it was spinning around kind of in the southern part of Missouri. It dropped a drizzle on us and didn't rain enough to really mount to a pinch, but it rained enough to make the track slick and keep the crowd wet. And I think that was the year that happened anyway. And then we've had one other rain out other than that.
Well,
that misting year, Steve, you talk about that misting year. That's the year that I was the next one up on the track.
Yeah.
Hurry up and wait, and then don't get to go. Don't get to floor it.
Yeah. Left at the altar, like you said.
That's always
Yep.
tough being so close. All these guys put in so much work just to make one weekend out. And Steve, you mentioned this, having your buddy next door help you out with any parts that you may need. It's all family. Nothing could happen if it wasn't for the family part of it. And
that's the best part of pulling.
That's what I love about pulling. It's the family. So we talked track just enough to missed it and get it slick. How's the track looking for this year?
It looks great. I mean, we've had, fortunately or unfortunately, however you want to look at it, we have had a little bit of a shower every 5 to 7 days since mid-March. We've got good moisture up there to work with. The fair board has the fairgrounds looking fantastic. Everything is mowed and weed eated and sprayed, and we're just looking forward to getting up there. And I call it decorating. We're going to start decorating about Thursday night, and it'll transform into a show event over the course of a day.
Yep. So we're a co-sanctioning event here. We're bringing in 7 great outlaw classes and 4 just as good MSTPA classes. What went through kind of picking which classes you want and deciding how you want to shape this show?
You know, I was trying to get a mix of noise and smoke to keep a variety. They have some great classes to offer. The Pro Field class is very popular in the MSTPA group. They've got a light modified class, and it's very popular. Of course, we have some classes that overlap. I think the Pro Stock 4x4 pickups would be one. I'm not sure how their light super stock class stacks up with what we do, but I tried to find classes that really wouldn't be exactly what we have and maybe a little bit different.
Yep. So Craig and Corey, looking forward into this weekend. What are some big things we're looking for, and what's some new things that you've heard about that could be coming around for this weekend?
Ask me that question again.
Craig.
This one was for Steve. This was for Corey and Craig.
Warrensburg's always so well run, and just the way it's organized and the setup with it from a competitor standpoint, that's fabulous because it's you can concentrate on putting on a good show. You know, you can make sure that your equipment is ready to rock and roll, ready to fire up when they call you to fire up, so that you can keep the show moving and you keep those spectators entertained. And then, just as quickly you're off the track and you're out of the way for the next guy to go. So that's always good. The pits are fabulous. Steve, do you guys have that picture opportunity for the spectators when they walk in? You got that like wall where it's got the hole in it. You stick your head through it and you take a picture like you're driving a lot of dirt pulling tractor. You got that up there this year?
We still got that. Yeah, we do.
Okay.
One of our members made that so the kids could. One of our members made that so the kids could stick their head through it, and we dig it out every year and set it over there by the gate so they can take a picture.
So I must be a kid because I stuck my head in it. I had my picture taken because I always wanted to drive my arch nemesis competitor's pulling tractor, a lot of dirt. I figured, is it Corey Schluter's tractor this year? Probably should be Corey, shouldn't I? I kind of want to drive his too.
I don't know, Craig. It seems to.
I wouldn't mind to drive it myself.
I wouldn't know how.
So, yeah, I don't think you know what to do when things start smoking. So, but no, we're super excited. We're super excited as well. The facility, like Craig said, is just fantastic. The track's always one of the best. And then, of course, for us, it's one of our closest pulls to home. So we get a lot of friends and family that get to come down and attend and see all the action live. And we're just super pumped. We're actually, since we haven't got Dad's tractor back together from the Spencer incident, we're actually going to dust the dust off the Grand River Deer and bring it back out. So kind of a old school machine that a lot of people know. We're going to get it back out.
This is one
Is
thing
Dad
you
going to
see
drive
from-
it? Grandpa going to drive it?
Dad's going to drive it. Grandpa will
Dad
sure be
is?
there to
Okay, good.
watch that.
Good.
Yeah.
these
Good.
diesel
That's
guys
good.
can
That'll be
just
great. That'll
dust
be
the
great.
tractor
That'll be
off
great.
and run it while we have to do all this other work, Craig. So, looking at kind of the track, Craig, what do you guys look for going into this track compared to, like, for example, where you ran last weekend at Rock Valley? What's different? What do you have in your notes from past events that can help you?
Oh, I can't say. I can't tell you. Those
Okay.
are secrets, man. In my
Those are
notes.
secrets?
No, you're always looking at the moisture in the track and how hard it is or how soft it is, and then if there's any anomalies that are going on with it, if there's some part of the track that you think you'll get a hold of better, your setup needs to match the track, be it our tractor or anybody's tractor, right? So you may be better suited to run on the right-hand side of the track versus the left because it's a little different, or a lot of tracks are super consistent all the way across. We're pretty spoiled in tractor pulling these days. Track builders are phenomenal compared to what they were in the past. So we may still complain here or there, but it's getting pretty nitpicky.
Yep. If Corey doesn't have anything to add to that, I have a couple more questions for Steve if he comes back here. So, looking at this, Steve, from a fan's perspective, what are some other things to do on the grounds besides the tractor pull? And then even some things beforehand, because the gates open at 4, but the pulling doesn't start till 7.
Well, are you asking what other things are going on that same day or what we do to get ready for it?
What are some other things going on for the fans that say they want to spend the whole afternoon there? What are some other things that they can be involved with?
Well, for years, the Johnson County Fair Board has tried to get us to have our event during their fair. And as you know, the schedule it's hard to get a date with the Outlaws. They're popular and it's hard to get a date. So as far as activities out there, this past weekend was their fair. They had a rodeo, the livestock show. They had a kids carnival, things of that nature. Other things to do around the fairgrounds are going to take you into Warrensburg, where we have 2 golf courses, pool, a public pool, movie theater, lots of shopping. There's lots to do in Warrensburg as far as that goes. Out at the fairgrounds, not so much this weekend.
And for the fans, I don't think a lot of people realize just how close this is. You guys are an hour and 15 minutes from Kansas City, and you have a whole great group of people right in your backyard. So, fans, if you're not doing anything this weekend, this is something that you want to try to make it to. It's $20 a head to get in for adults, 15 if you're 12 through 5. And if you're this is what we want, is we want kids in the stands. So kids 5 and under, they're free, and we want to promote the next generation of tractor pulling.
Yeah, we want to create fans.
Exactly.
Yeah, so, we want to create fans.
This thing opens at 4. Bring out the kids, and even if you're a big kid and you're an adult, you're a kid at heart, come out and go over and look at Corey Schluter's tractor and ask him a question. I bet he'd be more than happy to tell you about it. Go over to maybe your favorite class is a different class. So go find some of those guys and ask them questions. I guarantee you they have a smile on their face when they're talking to you and telling you about their pulling tractor. some of the guy, put a little kid up on your tractor, take a picture, take it home, show mom,
Yeah.
show your neighbors and say,
Yeah.
hey, look at this, look at how in depth and close up you can get to the competitors. And if Steve and company is opening up the doors at 4, you got plenty of time to do it. I'd highly encourage that.
For sure, for sure. So many pullers, like Craig said, just love to talk about their machine and show the work they put into it. Had a friend of mine that helped me get that shaft built up there in Rock Valley. He works at a fabrication shop, and he's just been on his engineers for years to come out to the tractor pull. That they might not be into motorsports, but he knows they can appreciate how much time and thought and effort go into each and every one of these machines. So that was kind of a neat way to get a whole new group of people involved in motorsports.
Yeah, that's a great point Corey makes. Like you said, maybe those engineers aren't necessarily into motorsports, but they're gonna definitely appreciate the ingenuity and the craftsmanship and the design that goes into these vehicles. And you probably can't appreciate it unless you're up close, looking at close up in the pits. And man, these machines are beautiful. I mean, they look good going down the track at 30 mile an hour. You should see them the way people polish and clean, and the craftsmanship's unbelievable. You probably only can appreciate it if you get really close to them.
That's right.
And in our sport, you can get really close to them.
And that's something for even high school students being, oh, I don't want to go to a tractor pull. I could do something else with my night. Well, you look at it. You can have a plethora of entertainment, and it's grassroots pulling from all over the country. You got some of the biggest names in all of motorsports coming here, from the Ulmers to Schluter and all of them. So it's one of those events is kind of why aren't you coming if you're in the Kansas City area? So anything else? The weather, it's going to be hot. It's going to be 90 degrees. So if you are coming, please bring water. Steve, what do you guys got for concessions lined out and food on the grounds? What are you guys looking like?
We'll have a full, the Johnson County Fair Board does a great job providing a concession. They set up underneath that big tent right behind the grandstands, and they'll have I don't know what their menu is going to be. I'm sure hot dogs, hamburgers, fries, and I don't know what all else. There's going to be a couple of food trucks on site as well for some specialty items. But the Fair Board does a really good job, and that's where I'll probably eat supper that night for sure. We do have a beer vendor. We'll have ice cold beer for people if they choose to do so. The VIP areas is we're really proud of that. We built that. Our group built that. Well, the very first year, in fact, and we have a real good turnout. It's probably the heart and soul of our sponsorship program. Is people want to get in that VIP tower, and they want to be able to get elevated and see those engines taken off from a elevated spot. And it's kind of different. A lot of people want to have their VIP folks at the big end where the tractors spin out and trucks spin out and see who goes the farthest. But with the big screen, it's not necessary. They get to see the takeoff and the end both via the big screen.
And the replays.
Yes.
And the replays.
Did I see something
I talked to Kyle today. He said that the pixel count on the big screen had been improved quite a bit, and he said the picture was just fantastic now, and I'm looking forward to that. You guys talked about our location and how well it works out, and it really does. And that was just there to use from the very beginning. Not much of that had to do with us. The fairgrounds is in Johnson County, Missouri, is a great venue with lots of space, and it just couldn't be a better place to have that many large trucks and semis come and have plenty of room to park and get to the track and get across the scale, get to the track, get through the track, and then back out. It all works so well. And my hat's off to the Fair Board and the folks in the past that have put all that together.
And did I see something you posted about for the pullers that you guys are planning on having a meal for them drivers meeting time?
Yes, I'm so glad you asked. We've got a local guy here by the name of Steve Riska. He has a business called Rollin' Smoke Barbecue, and he's called and asked if we would allow him to provide a meal for the pullers. And we're going to do that. It's going to happen at 5 o'clock. And pullers that have been there before will know this, but we're going to serve that in the North Livestock Pavilion, which is where Lori normally signs everybody up, and we do a lot of hanging out anyway. It's in the shade. So I'm glad you brought that up. We sure are at 5 o'clock Saturday afternoon.
Awesome. Well, we're coming around to a close. Steve, let's talk some sponsors. Who would you like to thank? And then if someone's looking to help you out on this event, how do they get a hold of you?
They can reach us on Facebook and reach out to our sponsorship coordinator, Morgan. They can call me directly. We also have a website they could contact us at, and that happens a lot. I mean, we have a great sponsorship group. I wanted to say, our group is called Show Me Puller Productions, and so we would be the promoter, but the true promoter in everybody's event are the sponsors. This thing cannot go on without sponsors. It just can't happen. And I wish I had time to spotlight and highlight each and every one of them that have helped us, especially the ones that have been with us for 17 years. But I can't do them all, and if I try, I'll forget somebody, and then I'll really be in trouble.
Yep. Well, that's great to hear that you get so much support to help you out with this event. Craig, Corey, who do you guys need to thank, like to thank, and any parting words of wisdom?
Now, from the Sweet Pain Camp, we've got Teas and Seeds. We'd like to thank them helping us out to put parts into Sweet Pain and to put on a great show down there. I got Richard's Repair hanging up here. Richard's been us for a long time. Heavy diesel repair. He gets all the way down there. And from a mod class standpoint and what a spectator can expect, we're going to have 10 mods down there. Every one of them is over 6,000 horsepower. So, I mean, our class is bringing 65,000 horsepower down to Warrensburg to put on a show. And I'm telling you, this is my 31st year driving the mod tractor, let alone growing up in it. And the mod class this year has been awesome. Very, very good show. Yeah. Well stacked, high quality. They all go down the track and make a great show. So we're looking forward to it. The people that are thinking about coming, they should be looking forward to it. Come check us out.
Awesome to hear. Corey, what about you?
So I got to thank Asgrow and DeKalb, and we got a whole plethora of other guys that help us out too. But the main guys I want to thank are Steve and his group for doing such a bang-up job every year after year, even with the weather and things that we've fought so many years at Warrensburg. And then I also want to thank all the outlaws. I got to sneak into the production trailer at Rock Valley the other night. I'm not sure Mackenzie even seen me in there, but
I saw you. Boy, don't worry.
The way they keep the show going and they're changing camera angles and keeping the sound and audio and stuff running, it's just, boy, they put in a lot of work, as long as the flagmen and the people behind the camera and stuff as well, and they're really making it a top-notch production, and we really appreciate it. Same with you guys putting all this on the internet and stuff, and letting people far and wide get to hear and see the sport of pulling and really enjoy it like the rest of us do.
Awesome. That's always great to hear. So, folks, Warrensburg, Missouri, July 19th, the Show Me Shootout, not an event you'd want to miss. So, I appreciate having all of you guys on. Thank you for coming and spending a piece of your evening with us. I know you all are very busy getting ready for stuff. So I think we're going to switch gears. We're going to move from Outlaws to NTPA, and let's roll the promotional video one more time, and thank you all.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.
Thank you guys for the kind
Thank you.
words.
Yep, you bet. Thank you.
Get ready for the horsepower as the Show Me Shootout returns to Warrensburg, Missouri. Watch 7 heart-pounding outlaw classes take the track, along with select classes from the Missouri State Tractor Pullers Association. July 19th, the Show Me Shootout.
Oh, boy.
Swapping sides of the river. Let's talk some Chapel Hill. We've got Charles Posh and Shane Hunt with us from Motorsports Almanac. How's it going, guys?
Not too bad. How are you?
Oh, it's just another day in paradise, trying to get all the ducks in a row.
Isn't that always the case?
It is.
Always, especially after the weekend we had, Charles.
Yeah, and it doesn't stop for me. I mean, this is my crazy week. I'll be bebopping all over the country in and out of airplanes starting tomorrow right through Sunday. So
Nice.
We got a little bit of time. Let's talk about last weekend, moving into this weekend. What have all you guys been up to?
You want to go ahead, bud?
yeah, two of us were down with the Indiana Pulling League this past weekend. They had a shootout. The fellas at ZZ Diesel put up some extra money for the 9,000 Limited Pro Light Pro Combo class. 2 nights at Greentown, Indiana, and then Saturday night at Frankfurt, and whittled it down to Lee Overmeyer getting the job done with 2 wins and I think a second. So he really wasn't going to get touched. He made it tough on everybody, but fun weekend of pulling with those guys.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, the crowd in Greentown on Friday night was great. I could only make it to one of the 2 nights there, but then we went to Frankfurt. We're kind of worried about the weather, but we ended up having a great show there as well. And I felt like all the guys put on a really good show, all the way from your King of the Hill 15 mile an hour all the way to your 2.6 diesel trucks.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys had a fun weekend. So we heard some rumors that RJ Simon's points run for 2025 might have been over. And then we see blasted across all of Full Pull fake news and Tyler Slaw in his best Trump accent. So, Kinsey, why don't we see that video here? And let's talk.
Ladies and gentlemen, a hot breaking news update. Last episode on the No Practice podcast, we shared an image that looked like this. As of today, that image is now fake news. Not great, because the wonderful people at Chapel Hill, fantastic people from what I've heard, have spoken. And regardless of where you currently sit in the four-wheel drive points, you will be invited to come to Chapel Hill and compete and keep those points seasons alive. Good luck, everyone.
I noticed that the Chase Interrupts tote board got a major update between that and the last show.
And that's what I saw
Yeah, it
too.
did.
Is it keeps growing longer and longer.
Yeah, they found a way to get more pullers in for this weekend and commensurate with that. Start times are moved up to 6:30 now instead of 7, so Central. So pay attention to that. That we're going to start about a half hour earlier and still probably go way late into the night, but that's what makes it fun.
So you guys are on here helping us co-host this. So I'm going to kind of let you guys run with this. You guys are more well versed in the Chapel Hill side of this than I am, and we've got a whole bunch of great guys and gals here ready to hop on. So Kinsey, how about let's bring some people on?
Yes, I will exit the screen so I have room for all you people. So
You just hate that, don't you?
You people.
Yes, I do.
She had to come back just to get the final word in.
Oh, I'm not. Never mind. I'm not going there.
So
wow, what a crew!
Roll call here. We got Travis Slabaugh. No, yep, we got him. Diesel Superstock Polar driver of the Bone Twister. Then we're swapping gears, going from one of the heavier classes to a lighter class. Lindsey Campbell, and their amazing short fused mini. Going Tim Kane with the Pro Stock and Red Gambler. Jeremy Yeager, Super Stock Diesel 4x4. That's a class that I'm really interested to see. A one-off special time and kind of a shootout with 6 of some of the best diesel Super Stock 4x4 trucks in the nation. Eric, same with you, Smoking Ya HD. And then it doesn't look like we have Joe Eder on yet with him and his unlimited mod. So we'll bring him on whenever he comes around. So let's just start rolling. How's everybody shaping up for this weekend?
Excellent. Track loaded. Start heading south.
We got the tarp on the truck.
The track's covered. We're just waiting on y'all to show up.
You got a cool forecast plan?
90 degrees.
That's better than some years, and we've been down there.
Yeah, for sure.
We try to accommodate the ice companies around here. Especially the Pro Stocks. We're selling a lot of ice to those guys. No, we give it to them.
Yeah, we're thirsty.
Thursday, everything is limos are already prepared and ready to go.
He said they was thirsty.
Oh, you thirsty? Well, you know where that's going. Trip to Nashville.
Well, Shane, Charles, I'll let you guys run with it. Where would you guys like to start?
I kind of want to start with the new class, don't you?
I think that's going to be really exciting.
Yeah, of course, Eric and Jeremy, that applies to y'all too. First of all, Eric, congratulations on your big win in Farley.
Thank you.
So
we haven't been out since then, so
yeah. So, Mr. Clint, I kind of want to talk to you too. Being down there in the Tennessee area, I mean, it's no secret on the Mid-South Tour that the 3.6 diesel truck class has grown pretty big down there by itself. We are going to have a couple, actually just one of our Mid-South 3.6 trucks running in the exhibitions with these guys. What led you guys to go into the diesel trucks to begin with?
Fans. Everybody wants to see the diesel trucks. Excuse me, I've had a cold and my little hoarse, but everybody that you see, you want to say, well, when are you going to run the diesel trucks? When are you going to run the diesel trucks? So here they are. So now y'all come on out and we'll see if we can put on a show for you.
I think I'm kind of one of the ones that's guilty of that, though, about the diesel trucks being in Chapel Hill at some point.
You might be.
Yeah, but Eric and Jeremy, tell us what this means to you guys. I mean, there's only 6 of y'all that's going to be here for the exhibition. It's the 50th anniversary in Chapel Hill, Tennessee. I'm sure that's going to be special for you guys, too.
yeah, for sure. I mean, it's one of the crown jewel events every year, and it's always been tough to sit and have to watch that event go on every year and us not be able to pull there. And it's, really exciting, at least for a few of us to get to come down and try to put on a show and showcase what our class is about. We're really looking forward to it, and we're very appreciative that they invited us for the 50th. I mean, this is a big deal. I mean, Chapel Hill has been a traditional pool for, all these years, and we're just glad to be a part of it.
Jeremy, you have anything you want to add to that?
To build on that, yes, it's super exciting. 50th anniversary. I'm honored to be invited. I'm excited to spend the weekend with my competitors in the class as well as the other classes. It's going to be a great time, and I'm hoping one of us gets one of those chairs.
I'd say that's a pretty good possibility.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
$50, but that chair would be pretty cool.
Yeah, everybody wants a Chapel Hill chair to be able to at least have in their living room or just anywhere in their house to be able to show, hey, I won there. But we have 6 of y'all coming. Nick Gillette, Top Shelf. Jeremy, you're bringing Trencher. Eric, obviously, was smoking you. Jeremy, you're going to bring your other one, too, Pipe Dream, Shane Kellogg, and Trump. And then our local gal, Caroline Armstead, with our Dixie Ram.
That's right.
Jeremy, how's the health of the Pipe Dream?
It's healthy now. I'm actually in the middle of adjusting the clutch. It's ready to go.
That's great.
So, same power
Charles,
plant.
you want to take over?
Pretty excited.
Yeah, I want to touch on something Eric said. Several of you have experience being at this pool going back years and years and years. And over the past weekend, listening to Shane and the Howells talk about it in such reverential terms, with it being the 50th and everything. I've never been there either, so this is going to be a new experience for me as well. For those of you who have been there, help it make it more meaningful for guys like me, Eric, and Jeremy who haven't been a part of this before.
So really, for comparison, it's kind of like Toma. To be honest with you, it's in a very, very small town. There's not a whole lot to do. But for these 2 days out of the year, everybody's going to descend on this place. It's Mr. Clint, are we parking on the baseball field again, or are we parking up by the high school?
Right now, we're planning on the baseball field.
Yeah.
So it'll be close knit, and everybody's going to be good neighbors, I hope.
Yeah. I mean, the expansion you guys have done, too, with the backlot area there behind the track as well. You guys have been quietly kind of expanding the parking, but the last couple of years, I think we've had to park up on the blacktop.
We did one year due to rain, but we hadn't. That's the only time. In fact, that was the first time we'd ever done that.
You guys that have Charles and the 4-wheel drive guys, you're going to want to make sure that you get over to the school for the lunch that Chapel Hills puts on every day for us. That's an amazing thing. And then I think Rojo probably picks you up with some hot slaw. Don't let the name scare you. It's really good slaw, but pretty sure Rojo makes sure you get the true taste of Chapel Hill. Not the same if you don't get a little hot slaw.
It's in the cooler and specially made for our guests that's coming. Matter of fact, it's been in there fermenting for about 2 weeks, so it ought to be ready by Friday.
Perfect.
Travis knows what you can do with it.
And we've been there, honored to be down there a lot of times with our class, but I will say I refer to Chapel Hill as the hottest place in the United States of America. You'll come out of the baller. I usually say 8. Everybody knows me. I don't get up that early. But still at 10 o'clock, you got to cut through the fog to get – it's so humid down there. But
that's the way it is right now.
Yeah, by that night, the weather cools down. It's still awesome pulling, and you got a big group of fans on both sides.
Travis is one of our most popular guys. That, I've seen him watch the sun come up early in the morning and him be sitting in the same chair. And I asked him, I said, "What are you doing?" He said, "I'm watching the sunrise." What do you think I'm doing? But he'd been there in that same chair all night.
I feel like Lindsay's kind of being left out here. You're hanging around with a whole bunch of diesel pullers. Lindsay, what are you looking forward coming into this weekend?
Well, last year was my first year there. I will say it is such a beautiful facility, kind of what Travis just said. They roll out the red carpet for us. And, I kind of went downtown, went to their little shops, and every store window says welcome pullers. They do a beautiful job. So the track is gorgeous. I have a little trouble with out of bounds. So I was a little scared to go out of bounds on the left side. I didn't have to worry about that last year because I had electrical problems. But I'm hoping that this year I can make a way better appearance. And I will say it is an honor to their point to be at an event like this, and especially their 50th. I would imagine that they're going to do it up. And the fans, the kids, it's just incredible. They interact with us, and it means just as much to us, if not more, that they come around to our haulers. Travis's point, they put on a really good meal, and it's just, you feel like royalty when you're there. So all I can hope for is a respectable pass. I run with a great group of individuals. There isn't a bad tractor in my class, bad person at all. So as long as I can keep a respectable pass and do better than last year, I guess that's all I can ask for.
Just go straight.
You're right. It's not that hard, right?
Just go straight.
It's only 300 foot.
Right.
And you guys are playing triple duty this year, adding another tractor. So you guys really have your hands full with this whole deal this weekend.
We do. Kudos to Adam Kester for doing this for so many years. I don't even know how he is sane. Adding that third one has been a challenge. But it's also been fun, and we're trying a few different things with it. It's more of our R&D tractor, I guess you could say. Trying to channel in the tires, and we've ran all the old Pioneer tires, so we're late to the game with the new tires. So it's been nice to actually just devote one tractor to more of that kind of stuff. But it's definitely it's a handful for sure having a third. And I will try to send it to you.
It's only a little over 1 horsepower per pound. What could go wrong?
Right. I mean, you just close your eyes and go, right?
Definitely.
I need Travis to help buckle me in though sometimes.
Oh,
there's a good story behind this. So I think we were up at Hutch.
Yeah.
I'm just walking by Lindsay. She's getting ready to go, and everybody has their own thing. And pretty soon I look at her, and you could just see this like panic mode in her. She's like, come here. Like, okay, I know nothing about a Mini, so I hope she don't need. She's like, can you help me buckle this seatbelt? I go to buckle that seatbelt, and I'm like, can we adjust it any longer? No, just buckle it. And I'm like, okay, you ready? Here we go. I had a friend of mine tell me one time, if you're not uncomfortable in your seatbelts, they're not tight enough. Lindsay's are tight enough. I said, I jammed that in her, and I told Kevin later, I said, I hope she's still breathing back there, because I don't know.
I tipped over once, and I'm going to tell you what, I tighten those things even harder now. So I can barely breathe. So I think I'm doing it right, maybe.
Yep, you're golden. You were uncomfortable. You're golden.
Right.
Well, at least you could breathe.
Yeah.
I made the mistake a few years ago of riding with one of the semis one night, and I wore LD Nation's fire suit, and not ever got in it. And then the guy forgot to tell me I didn't have a seatbelt. And he forgot to tell me when we got ready to stop what was going to happen. He had a full harness, and I didn't. I had a lap belt. To say the least, I like to eat the dash up in that KW because I didn't know when to put my hands up.
The fun things we can't really do anymore, the ride-alongs. I wish we could construct a vehicle that would be a two-seater. Pick a class, any class. I think it'd be neat to do it.
Paisley's used to have a 2-seater made in Kurt's old truck at one point, I believe. And they used to do ride-alongs. This is probably, I don't know, 15, 20 years ago or whatever. And it was always interesting. They'd always get somebody that never been down the track, and it was the ride of their life every year.
Sure.
And that's something interesting that we've got to develop in these coming years is how to continue to grow the sport of tractor pulling, whether it be through a ride-along program or just something to get the next generation of pullers, because we've got a lot of Hall of Famers coming up through the ranks and not a lot coming right back in to fill their shoes. So this is a good question for a lot of you guys is, from your guys' perspective, how's the next generation looking coming to fill the shoes of everything that's came before?
I think it depends on where you go. I mean, at the very top Grand National level, is there youth in it? Yes, but it's generational through a family, not necessarily somebody brand new. But that doesn't mean it ranks below that there aren't, because there are. I see it. Shane, I know you do too.
Oh, yeah.
We'll go to
Our
other events,
Mid-South crew.
regionals or an IPL, like last past weekend at IPL. There's guys, I'm in my mid-40s now, and half the guys pulling are now younger than me. So that tells me there is people coming behind us.
Oh, yeah. Mid-South core, I would say, is getting younger every year.
And that's exciting to hear, because a lot of times you have the misconception at the Grand National level that it takes so much more effort and just you can't do it and you can't do it. Does it take more effort? 100%. But I had a puller that joined our class here a couple, 2-3 years ago, that the first year he kind of run up, he was a regional tractor, but he run the Grand National early in the season. He was doing very well in the points. He's like, I'm going to run with you guys to maybe I can stay up here in these points. And so he run with us all year. And at the end of the year, I said, well, thank you for running all year. And, we'd love to have you back next year. What did you think of it? And he made the comment to me. He said, I feel it was easier on me to run Grand National classes than it was to run my region. Because when I run my region, I would try to leave the house at noon, drive 2, 3, 4 hours, get to the pole, check in, pull, leave the pole at 10 o'clock and get home at 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. And sometimes in the middle of the season, we'd be doing that a Tuesday, a Thursday, and a Friday, Saturday, or whatever that was, 3-4 times a week. He said, where when you do run the Grand National, we go to like 7, 8, 9 events. We're there for 2 days. He said, I actually enjoyed it more. So I know it takes more travel, but it's interesting and exciting, Shane, for you to say that there's some youth down there that at some point, as kids get older, the kids get gone, and the parents are sitting around looking at each other going, well, what are we going to do? We just will go tractor pulling. So that is exciting to hear.
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of new builds, and to be honest with you, it hasn't really been generational here lately. It's been new blood for us, which is fantastic. It's been really in our light limited super class, and 4-1s have been pretty well been the ones being built, and our naturally aspirated mini rods down here, there is a ton of them, and there are people that have been in other classes their entire lives are even jumping into that class down here.
Well, Jeremy Yeager's son, he's stepping it up too.
He is. You'll see him shortly. He's just graduated and got his steer sold. He's got some sheep that he's raising. Another couple weeks, you'll see him out playing with us. So hopefully I can give to that generation.
Yeah.
I don't know what
you're gonna have another young guy in your guys' class. Trip Hazley's finally got his arm healed up, and he was in the seat Thursday night doing a test run at Greentown. He's gonna be ready to climb in the seat here some more.
And you got
I'm looking forward to seeing him.
He's doing great. Yeah, Trip and Marshall are the young guns, and you got Eric and Van and Shane, who without them, this diesel 4-wheel drive class wouldn't be what it is today.
Yeah. I mean, you got to think Go ahead, Eric.
When we started too, I mean, there was less trucks than I can count on one hand. And, we were traveling around and never really had like a solid place to go until, we started getting into some region stuff. And then that obviously blossomed into Grand National. And I feel like the last couple of years, it's really grown a lot. I mean, I can count 30s, over 30 of true super diesel trucks in the country, maybe even more than that now. I mean, you got Jeremy now, he's got 2. I mean, there's a lot of people that's got 2 and a lot of new blood coming in. There was some new ones debuted this week out in Illinois. And I mean, it seems like every year we're gaining a couple. It just, if we could get everybody to one place at the same time, that would be, I don't know if that'd be a good thing or a bad thing. It'd be kind of like a Bowling Green every weekend, but it's looking good. I mean, I think we have obviously we have something to offer, as far as a value to somebody to build, because they're doing that. I mean, if it wasn't that case, they wouldn't. So I think, the motor programs and stuff, the way they are now, like, we've got some good durability, and you can go pull, a lot of places with ours. You can go run 3 or 4 different series, and, you can run anytime you want. So no matter where you're located geographically, I think that is enticing for people.
It's always exciting to see the new blood coming into it. And that's something I've always watched with the mini rod division, is the class has kind of blown up in the past 5, 6, 7 years to where we are today. Everyone's able to have 2 in a trailer and transport it real easy. And then you're even seeing some guys like Peter Norton come from the diesel side and now coming out swinging with 2 more minis. So it's all a progression. Classes gain, classes fall, but all in all, at the end of the day, it levels itself back out.
It does, but even sustainability can't just be the pullers either, though. I mean, I'd like to take this conversation in the same direction as for you guys, Clint. 50 years of having this event, clearly you've got to have some youth behind you guys that's going to lead to the next 50 for the Super Bowl.
We definitely do need some more youth. We've got a few young guys coming on. They're doing well. I'm saying young, they're probably pushing 40, but that's a lot better than 60. So we've got a few guys coming on, and we just need to pick up a few more.
And that's what it takes to keep an event rolling like what you guys have. And that is also from the fan side, is you've got to get the younger fans engaged, get them out in the pits up close and looking the vehicles, and just asking questions to drivers, whether it may be so simple or just even taking a picture. I'm sure any of these drivers out here would like to spend a little bit of time with you and just answer a couple questions on if you have anything.
I know most of our young people
hang out, sit in the truck and touch it, and get a picture with their parents. It's the best. Definitely the best part. One of the best parts.
You're talking about younger people. I think in our fans, this new class that's added on this year, we've got a ton of people here in the South. And if you don't mind getting smoked, it's not coming out of the top end. Everybody around here has got something that smokes you at a traffic light or wherever they stop, and especially if they get a few adult beverages in it, they want to show you how much smoke that they can put out on you and just leave you standing there. And it'd be good to see them the smoke going straight up this time.
I do have a question. Pretty quiet down there in the corner. Are you ready to throw some smoke this weekend?
What was that?
You've been pretty quiet down there. Are you ready to throw some smoke this weekend?
Yeah, I'm just chilling. We were on vacation last week, so I'm scrambling to get everything finished up and ready to go so I can roll out of here Thursday morning.
Well, we're sitting under your shade tree right now and keeping it reserved for you.
Hey, I hope you are, because I'm kind of really wanting to have that shade tree. Yeah, that worked out pretty good last year. I like that shade tree.
Okay.
Yeah, put my name on there. I'll take
All right.
that.
Put
No, I'm
Travis and them
excited.
over in the sun and you in the shade.
Yep. I'll take the sun.
Okay.
That's only because he's got the best air conditioner in that trailer.
I'll fire that before I leave.
I'm pretty excited for the 50th. You know, it's going to be a great show. No matter which class you're wanting to see. I'm excited to see the Unlimiteds again after that Toma Saturday show. But Pro Stocks will, I think we got 20 supposed to come. So that'll be a pretty tough class there, just like all of them.
No, definitely no game at this level, is there, for anybody?
You talking a while ago about all the young blood. We stand here. I think about all the old blood that's been through here through the years that we've got to watch. And as Mr. Chris Gilbert used to talk about, we wanted certain people to show up, and they finally made it here. And then most of those guys are gone now, and so we got you guys now. And we're tickled to death to have you. You know, starting a whole new generation of people to come in the pool with us.
Right now, we're looking at 15 super stock diesel tractors. That's going to be a big class.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
Do we have a count on total number of vehicles that are
96, I think. 96 or 98. That's what I'm saying. We need everybody to be on their best behavior and love their neighbor and suck it up real good. Parking. Be ready to get in your trucks and roll or on your tractors. It's going to be a long night, I'm afraid. But we can make it work.
That is something that I think you're going to hear Marvin preach at the drivers meeting, that we need to do our best to. They got the track crew at Chapel Hill to take care of the track. So when that sled's backing up, we need to pass that sled as they're backing up. Just do everything we can, because when you take a minute's extreme. You take 30 seconds out of every hook, that just shortened up, 50 minutes.
Marvin called me today. I talked with Marvin a little while. He's got Mike Witt bringing their hitch to go on one of these telehandlers.
Yep.
May make it a little quicker rolling you out there and backing you up.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
There's been some outdoor events where we've backed people into the sled instead of waiting for them to drive out, and it does speed it up, no doubt.
It's a lot easier.
That could help a whole lot.
So, keep that as the pullers or anybody that's out there listening, keep that thought in your mind. You need to do something. It is different. I'm just as guilty as anybody. I hate that neck brace. I hate putting it on. Try it, creature habit. But you know what? If they're going to back me in, I can have that. You can be ready. I mean, I know it's not perfect, but as a pulling group, we understand the situation we're in here with Chapel Hill being their 50th anniversary. Everybody wants to go. We didn't maybe get enough hooks in prior to, slim it out. But then earlier we're talking about, are we gaining pullers, whatever. 15 diesel supers out there running. What do we got? 12, 13 unlimiteds. We got good numbers in these big classes that usually struggle. Right. So, that creates another problem up there at Chapel Hill. But these guys are saying, bring it on. We're going to throw you another curveball at you, and we're going to work. So, kind of everybody just set in their ways. Let's be open-minded a little bit, and let's work on getting through there. So
we're going to try our best to do our part. There's 23 four-wheel drive trucks, so that'll be a good class to run through too.
Travis, there's one late entry in the four-wheel drive class. The beaver pulling team. And I don't know which one of them's driving this year, but
that's
I always look forward to them.
Yeah, that's the mystery show, Rojo. So we'll just kind of keep that on. I seen a house up trying on my driving suit earlier, so we'll see how that works.
Okay.
I will say last year you guys did a good job after it rained. It rained pretty hard for a while, and you guys did a really good job of getting everybody back out on the track.
Yeah, if it rains, we'll be able to run again as soon as it stops at Chapel Hill. That's a fact.
We have a pretty good crew about getting that tarp back on, and we did purchase a new tarp this year, and it's about half as light as the one we had, so it's getting easier to pull, believe it or not.
You got to get them young muscles out there running it.
That's right. You're going to be here, ain't you, Shane?
Yes, sir. I'll be down there
right.
Saturday. I won't be able to make it Friday after work, unfortunately.
Okay. We can use you too then.
This new tarp has got handles on it, so you can grab it and just pull it and run with it this time.
Oh, yeah.
This has been one of those events that I'd like to go and experience. If I don't remember, so I've been told, this was the first pulling event that I went to at about 5 or 6 months old. So zero recollection of it, but it's something that I'd like to come back one of these days and get to experience from either a fan's or driver perspective.
Yeah, there's no atmosphere like it. I mean, especially, Mr. Clan, have you guys put the flags back across the finish line in?
We haven't yet, but that's on tomorrow night's agenda, I think.
Yeah, that's one of the little knickknacks, I guess you could say, about Chapel Hill. Is it's a good symbol to the crowd, too, that there is a full pull happening once that tractor goes underneath those flags, and the crowd there is just it's crazy, the energy that's in the stadium itself, and there's just nothing like it.
Yeah, we had to order new stuff for that because some of you guys, when you go under it, you blow it completely off, and then the crowd says, there's no way to get it back up there right quick.
No.
Have to
That just
figure out how
became
to
a goal of everybody to melt that thing down.
It is. My brother Brandon's one of the ones that loves it the most, though.
Yeah.
He's done well here.
He has. He certainly has.
How many chairs does he have?
I think 2.
2?
There was a streak there where James Darren took home 3 in a row.
Brandon didn't even have to take the hood off last year, did he?
No, but, we tried to give everybody a little bit of a show and be like, this is what's going on.
I thought it kind of come off on its own.
It did. You should have seen my face, too. Mine was about the same as y'all whenever that happened.
Well, everybody talks about how hot the event is. He just was trying to get it cooled down sooner.
Well,
That
Travis is
manifold
another
was
one.
Red. Ooh, it was red.
Travis is another one that put on a fire show for us one night. I can't tell you what I asked him when I walked up to him to see what kind of shape he was in.
Hopefully that's the one. And now that is a one and done.
Travis, that night I was standing back there behind the starting line, and I felt it all the way back there. If that tells you anything.
That's definitely one of those deals. You won't forget those nights.
No.
Especially when there's people like us to remind you every time it comes up.
That's all right. I still got it saver on my computer to remind me every day.
Screensaver.
In my office, I've got Travis's picture hanging up on the wall, him on fire like that.
I think that's something else that's really underestimated too, is the amount of iconic runs that have happened in Chapel Hill over the years too. The pull-offs that have happened and all that kind of things.
You're talking about pull-offs. It hadn't been, well, it's been quite a few years ago. Brockman and them wanted to one year to buy a giant screen TV and set it up at the very end of the track and to see who could get the closest to it. And I think K&K and everybody in the world kind of frowned on that kind of deal, but they wanted to do that so bad that buy a giant screen TV and sit up the end of the track and see who could get the closest. So, yeah. A lot of fun, a lot of excitement through the year.
Yeah, it never fails during the wintertime. I'm always finding myself watching Chapel Hill from some year before I was born.
You're talking about that. We've watched the Simons. I remember the first time that Roger and them pulled in here, and the boys were young boys then, little fellas. And now they're pulling and doing all their thing and filling in and after him and doing what they all love.
Miss Lindsay, how many times had y'all been down to Chapel Hill before y'all had the minis at all, or?
I don't know how many times Kevin would have been down there before, if any. But I know, like I said, last year was our first year. But as for him, I'm not real sure. He's down cutting tires right now. Otherwise, I would ask him. So I will let him keep doing that.
And probably a lot cleaner where you are right now.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I already showered, and he waited till the sun went down and went back to the shop. So I think I got the better end of this.
Mr. Kane, how many years have you pulled at Chapel Hill?
Ever since they've had the pro stocks, I think 2017 or 18 was the first year, I think.
17.
I've been there every year.
It slips my mind that Pro Stocks is still one of the newest classes there at Chapel Hill.
Yeah, we definitely were. They took the two-wheel drive trucks out and brought us in. I think they wanted more smoke. I don't know, Rojo would more know about what went on there, but yeah, we're tickled to death to be there. Great track. It's always a great show.
You guys put on a great show, and you put a lot of smoke out, but you're also very fast, and the fans love that.
There ain't no doubt, it's a lot of smoke and speed down the track.
Yeah,
a lot of competition. Yeah, most nights everybody runs good, so we love the Southern hospitality and how well organized it is. The whole staging, the way you weigh in and get staged, everybody's in order. It's just a great atmosphere to be in.
Well, it's a lot of things that we might not be able to offer you, and everything being small, but we can offer you Southern hospitality and try to help you out with different things. And you guys are y'all the ones that put the show on. It's not us. We work to get it prepared, but y'all the ones that the people come to see. They don't come to see us.
Yeah, but if you guys don't put the effort in, your show wouldn't be what it is, and that's hats off to you guys, because a great promoter building the track and everything for the fans, it just makes the show that much better. I was going to put 2 cents in there on that, talking about that hook, pushing the tractors back in there. I really like that. I don't care about backing up. I don't turn around very good and look backwards anymore, and I don't like somebody out there point me this way or that way. Somebody on the hook, just push me in there. I think it'll speed things up.
100% it will.
Tim, then you're the salesman for the weekend, okay? So if anybody complains, I'm sending them to Tim Kane.
That's all right.
Look, to me, it would be a whole lot easier for somebody to back you in versus somebody that might be dyslexic and then trying to get you backed in the wrong way.
Yeah. Well, I got a couple crew guys they back me in pretty good, but you don't back in as fast as what that telehandler or whatever you use to push them in there. So I'm going to like that myself.
Yeah. I mean, how much time do we save down in Brandenburg whenever we're finished pulling Mr. Kane and they just bring the tractors out there and back us over there to the corner?
Oh yeah, that's yeah, it definitely helps. The only time that gets to be a little problem if you get too close to the sand, the sand pile, and they can't get in there. But yeah, there's always the holes you have to back through. So when they push you back there, it's easier, no doubt. And that's a unique place in its own.
Yes, sir.
It's also easier on the motor side of it. You're not getting them as hot sitting there idling for an extended period of time and putting wear and tear on stuff. So it's kind of a good thing all the way around. You save a little bit of time, you save a little bit of wear and tear. And we were going round table with this discussion. Travis, how many years have you been competing down there in Chapel Hill?
Oh boy. I think this is my 12th or 13th on Grand National, so we'd have been down there every year. Not sure. I might have went 1 year before I went Grand National because I didn't know nothing about it. And we were struggling. I remember Esden Lane telling me, if you want to come to Chapel Hill, I don't think we came, but Esden told me just they'll take you, because we needed tractors at that time when I pulled the first couple of years of region. I think this is my 15th year with my tractor, and I think the 13th year on the Grand National side of it. So we've had a great success. And I remember the first year we went down there, my trailer might be just a little bit over on the over height issue. I got some, I don't know. They say that 1311 must not be the legal limit. So, and I remember going through Nashville, Tennessee at, it had to be midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Still traffic.
Nashville, because there was nobody on that bypass, but we were going under bridges that were 13.9, 13.10, and we used every lane they had going from the high side to the low side, trying to make sure we hit the bridge low. But we were going 70, so if we hit, we don't know what we were going to do anyway. So I figured we had a miscalculation, but yeah. So, but we've had a lot of good years down there.
That's great to hear. Eric, have you been any outside of being this is your guys' first year driving down there? Have you been there as a fan or anything?
No, not to Chapel Hill. I mean, we've pulled a lot in the South back in our, early days. We used to pull in Tennessee and Georgia and
Springfield, Tennessee.
Well, yeah, and even farther south. I mean, we used to pull in Murfreesboro a lot, in the winter.
Warrensburg.
Yeah, I can't even remember all the places now that we used to go to, but the hospitality down south is like no other. I mean, we can't wait to get down there and experience that again. And every time we're in the South, I mean, it really feels special. And they don't get to see our trucks down there that far. So I think that'll kind of be a big hit, maybe. So hopefully that you guys inviting us down there will pay off for everybody. And like I said, we really appreciate the opportunity.
Shane, Charles, I know it's probably getting a little bit late where you guys are, but we can keep this rolling as long as you guys want, or if you guys have expended your questions you'd like to ask, we can do whatever you guys would like to do.
I can hang out a few more minutes yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mr. Clint, I'm going to ask the one question that I'm sure a lot of people watching are wanting to know. Have you determined the class order yet?
Pretty much. I don't know whether you want to hear it or not. But
Sure.
Do you want to share it? That's the question.
don't you like surprises, buddy?
Okay.
I'm afraid they might not come. They might not come if I tell them what order they're pulling in.
They'll come.
It depends on the temperature.
I mean, I can kind of gauge it based off of years past.
Well, I'm thinking maybe a super stocks first and then the minis. And then we're going to try to run the unlimiteds. Then we're gonna have to fix the track back after the unlimited tear the track up. And we'll shoot fireworks while we're doing that, try to keep people distracted. And then maybe we'll have the 4-wheel drive class and pro stocks, or pro stocks and the 4-wheel drives. I don't know. We ain't decided completely yet, but somewhere thereabouts that order.
All right.
Would that be all right?
You're the head man in charge.
I don't know. We're just gonna try it. That's our heavier classes, our 4-wheel drives and the pro stock. So I think they'll run quicker, I believe.
I think a lot of it depends on our track builder, Mr. Ken Lamb.
Depends on what the track looks like after Wednesday, or maybe after tomorrow. We may pull the tarp in the morning. Excuse me. See what the track looks like tomorrow and see how much water we need to get in it. I know there's a couple spots that probably won't ever need any water. But other than that, we'll just see how the track goes and what it turns out like, see how we run them. It'd probably be a last minute decision.
That's what makes it fun, though.
It's going to be a good show, nevertheless. And whether how they go down through there, all 90-some vehicles will hopefully end up down the track, barring any mechanical breakage. But I think it's going to be a good event, all in all. We can kind of go around the room with any final thoughts, things we're looking forward to. Charles, Shane, you want to kind of start that off on what's first off your mind?
You're first up, rookie. The only time in my life
yeah,
I'll be able to call you a rookie somewhere.
Yeah,
welcome.
Being this is my first time, I'm definitely going in absolutely eyes wide open about the experience of it. I know probably by the third vehicle down the track, I'll be back in my element and just feeling the vibe of the place. But prior to that, I definitely want to try to soak in as much of it as I can and try to push that same energy back out into the show throughout both nights.
Yeah, definitely. You'll do great as always, my friend. But as far as for me, getting to see everybody again like usual, and like I said, the atmosphere, and my brother has told me stories over the years where you can hear the crowd through your helmet there whenever you go out the door. And I'll be honest with you, these diesel 4x4 trucks, man, I'm really excited to see them at Chapel Hill.
I think it's going to be a good addition.
I do too.
It's definitely going to be a special one for the 50th. On the topic of rookies, Eric, what do you think?
I just kind of want to hear the story of how this all started to begin with, like invite. But maybe this is for a different time. But
we
maybe,
got time.
Maybe we can sit down. Maybe we can sit down Thursday evening and talk about it.
Yeah, because I didn't know anything about it, and then I got a few text messages saying, "Hey, would you be interested in pulling at Chapel Hill?" And I'm like, "That's an obvious yes," but how it's come about at some point too, just so that I know.
Well, we just sort of mainly just trying to find something else to put in for the show, and then being the 50th anniversary, and
right,
just see what the crowd likes. If things go right, who knows what's going to happen next year? I mean.
Right.
I'm going to tell you one thing, though. We won't be pulling 90-something vehicles next year.
Lindsay, any final thoughts on it, being an alcohol burner versus all these diesel guys?
I like to, be a standout here. No, it's my husband was actually, he said, since last year, he goes, I am looking so forward to Chapel Hill. And he kept saying, I just think they're going to do it above and beyond because it's their 50th. And he goes, I don't care what it takes. I want to go to Chapel Hill. So that was kind of our goal, was to get there and just see how we were doing and, go from there. And running with this group has just been absolutely amazing the last couple of years. We're growing as pullers and people. We have we all mesh well. It doesn't matter what class you're in. Everybody meshes well. And I bring that back to, the crowd. I bring that back to the crowd there too. You know, I love it when they come to our trailer. You know, the pictures in our tractors, with us. You know, the kids with the signatures. You know, it makes me just as happy, if not more than them. You know, so the vibe, the atmosphere, the track is great. The grounds are absolutely gorgeous. You guys do a great job of maintaining the grounds, and it shows. And to their point earlier, the Southern hospitality is just over the top. You know, one good thing about tractor and truck pulling is I think everybody in this sport, it's just a different group of people. And I think we're more down to earth. And I'm really proud of that. So I'm proud to be a part of this.
That's great to hear with all that. I agree 100%. It's one big family, and that's all it is. You won't find this in any other motorsport out there.
No.
Travis, you're full of words. What do you got to say about it?
And I never thought somebody said I talk a lot. The Chapel Hill group right there, the whole NTP polling sport, we've got a little bit of a debacle there, 96 rigs, and that certainly wasn't our intent. I know me and Clint had talked about that in the past and this and that, and so yeah, that won't happen next year. I don't know what we'll do, how we'll fix that, you know, to narrow that up. But it's one of them situations that got dropped in the NTPA and the Chapel Hills lap, and kudos to everybody that's been involved that worked through that and said, hey, this is the best interest of what we got right now, and we're going to work through it and make it happen. And I love the ideas of backing people in, having everybody. We're starting a little early. We're doing everything I can. It's going to be cool to have fireworks in the middle of the event. Love Clint's idea of taking that time to fix the track up a little bit. So I think it's awesome. I think, this will be one of them years you can take your notebook and write down the hurdles and everything that got thrown at the Lions Club, and then make notes of how they handled it, how they, you know, took care of problems for the future. So I think it'll be great, and looking forward to getting down there.
Awesome. Tim, what do you got to say about it?
I'm just excited to get there and get back to Poland. We've had a 2-week break, and to come back to Chapel Hill, I'm pretty excited, and being the 50th, and looking forward to seeing what all extra stuff that they might do, and the fireworks show ought to be good. And I just want to go down there and really make two good night runs, and everybody go home not broke, and I'll be happy.
Yeah.
Can I say one last thing before we get out of here?
Go right ahead.
Sponsors. If you happen to run across Farm Credit real first, see anybody with a shirt on, thank them for being here. H&R Agri-Power. Steve Hunt and his family, they're awesome. Great people. My bunch, Clint's Air Carrier with Mitsubishi Heating and Cooling. Anybody you see, Duck River Electric, just search any of that bunch. Just thank them for being here and what they put on. They make some good donations and really help us out to put on a good show. So just
always happy to be a part of
people out, all your fans or anybody just drop these sponsors by. Stop by and see them, and they put as much into it as we do.
You were talking earlier about the youth and everything. That's one thing about our community. 2 nights a year, especially, there's people come from everywhere because they know where all the proceeds go back. It goes back in our schools and everything around our site conservation program and everything. The money that we're able to give to that children can have eye surgeries and whatever. And then we take care of Boys State, Girls State, Boy Scouts, and all of our schools, our libraries. Everything that we make goes right back into this community and in the state. So we're tickled to be able to put it on every year, and we're tickled for all of our people around Chapel Hill that comes out to help whether they like it or not. They'll come out, and the teachers and band and different folks, and then like Clint said, Clint's air care, his people, I know they had to put up with him being a diva all that week, and doing different things, and him saying, I've got to be here and I've got to be there. But we thank y'all for, like I said, y'all put the show on, and we thank y'all for coming.
We all appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
I know a lot of work goes into it all, and not one bit of it goes unnoticed by a lot of people. So I appreciate having all of you guys on. This has been a blast to have this big roundtable discussion to really promote the 50th edition of the Chapel Hill Super Bowl of the South. So as for all, thank you guys for coming on, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your night, and that all your stuff going forward in preparation for this weekend, safe travels, and we'll be watching you.
Hey, Logan, one more thing. We are going to be doing a show tomorrow night, kind of doing a deeper dive into Chapel Hill over on Motorsports Almanac. Okay. I think we're going to roll at 7:30 or 8 o'clock, one of the two.
Awesome. Well, you heard it here first, folks. You can head over there tomorrow night, and if you haven't got enough Chapel Hill, well, we can give it just a little bit more. So awesome.
This hadn't been fake news, has it?
I don't think
I just
had
wondered.
any fake news yet.
Is there any updates on Tyler Slaw? Because I heard he's got to give up mini rod pulling, taking a rest from mini rod pulling. He's either A, going to the White House, or B, he's going to Saturday Night Live. Not sure which one he's going, but Tyler's going to take 2 years off.
Okay.
I'll be sure to bug him about that this
the other
weekend.
day. Whenever I saw that, and I was like, "What a new world is going on here!" Then he nailed the accent in order for it to go over all the way.
Hey, I was impressed he combed his hair.
That too. that is a very valid point.
Yeah, I'm thinking Saturday Night Live has got Tyler Slaw for.
They need to get a segment on there with mini rods or something. That would be something. Awesome. Well, thank y'all.
We'll see you guys Wednesday night in Chapel Hill.
See you, buddy.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'll give you a call tomorrow, Travis.
Perfect. Thank you.
See you, buddy. We're out.
Today. Let's talk about today.
If you're at a national and state level, you have to run non-sales, wholesale.
Is 9,000.
The only mistake I made, I didn't put it in the registration book.
Just this ever-evolving story.